that all you got?
I literally just jumped back on. Seeing this, literally.
I think it's important to share why we
Hold
chose
on.
Eday. When we
Just
started
folding
this
my clothes,
project,
we
we
on.
were moving to Unreal Engine 5. There's a new foundation with a blank slate. So we took a moment to reflect on what makes Gears so special to us and to our fans. We realized that all of the things that make this world feel so unique, brotherhood, brutality, that melancholy beauty, and over-the-top spectacle, they're all perfectly set up in this one moment in time, Eday. The moment the Locust ripped through the ground and changed the history of Sarah forever. And to tell that story, we wanted to build an experience that evoked the vibes of the original Gears game.
That's the only way to do it.
So we started with this one still from the Mad World trailer. It's Marcus facing down the Locust, defiantly firing into the darkness against overwhelming odds. And we said, this is the emotional core of Gears. This is the tone and feeling that we wanted to build our next game around.
This is our most ambitious game yet. Eday is a story we haven't been able to tell before because we didn't have the technology to do it. We finally have the tools to reimagine the Gears world at a new, unprecedented level of detail. We're pushing Gears to new heights with the densest, most detailed world we've ever created. With seamless large
Bro, I love how it just looks so much better, bro. Ah, man.
Real-time destruction. Starting with an empty hard drive, we literally rebuilt everything from scratch. Characters, enemies, weapons, animation, sound, the world itself. And then we tear it apart in front of you.
I like to hear that. I really like to hear that.
And more brutal enemies with new and craftier weapons and navigate the battlefield.
Bro, look how he runs now, bro.
So that every moment of emergence plays smoother and hits harder.
This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it.
It's a return to the feelings that we had when we played the original games, but now reimagined, evolved, and enhanced with the power of a new engine.
Yo, listen, I'm getting the highest edition for this game. I don't care, bro. I don't care, bro.
Eday is set before the events of the original Gears of War. After decades of conflict, peace has finally been declared on Sarah, and the Gears have returned home.
Love you, baby.
Marcus Phoenix and Dominic Santiago are young veterans trying to adjust to civilian life while grieving the loss of someone they both loved.
That's really the guy, bro.
Carlos Santiago, Dom's older brother and Marcus's best friend.
To Carlos. To Carlos. Best fucking brother anyone could ask for.
Carlos died in combat in a moment of sacrifice before the war ended, and without him, Marcus and Dom's relationship is distant.
The emotion from our refinery kept power.
With the world just barely on the cusp of peace and our characters coming to terms with their new reality, the Locusts emerge and change everything.
The coalition emergency
One thing about Gears is that Gears has always had, at least from Gears 1, 2, and 3, the story has always been compelling. The story has always been immersive and engaging. There is nothing like it, and it's been a while since I played a campaign mode. I haven't played a campaign mode since Gears 4. And I didn't even finish that campaign mode. This right here, it looks like we falling back in love again. It looks like we falling back in love again, bro.
System. There are reports of multiple tremors causing minor damage across Colona.
Eday tells not one, but two origin stories. The start of this world falling apart and a brotherhood coming together. And over the course of 3 intense days, you'll see how loss reshapes this world and our characters, beginning with a night of desperate survival in a brand new city.
They got that feel.
We decided to focus our story on just one city, so you could really feel what war does to people. When we started creating Colona, we wanted it to be more than just a backdrop. We wanted it to feel alive, like it was another character in the story, packed with layers and personality. Colona used to be all about innovation and discovery. But years of industrialization for the Cog War effort totally reshaped it. With such a rich history, it made sense to lean into that classic Gears retro
Bro,
vibe.
this place looks alive now, bro. It looks alive now, bro.
Towering architecture, robust vehicles, and grounded technology. Kind of like those gritty industrial cities from the 1970s. We also looked right outside these windows at the mountains, the ocean.
This has
and local
exceeded my
landmarks to help give
expectation
Colona
as
its
far
unique
as
style.
what they're coming with. I love the new movement system, bro.
As you play the campaign, the city reveals itself through the main districts. The historic center, with its classic Gears architecture in stone and steel. The downtown core, more modern, reshaped by decades of industrial growth. The military airfield, set at the forest edge with shipyards nearby, the refineries, and supporting working-class neighborhoods, built around constant
The
and
armor
efficient
looks so
production.
clean.
Gears plays best in a city, and Colona is the ultimate battlefield. Colona's density, tight streets, mixed with open spaces, let us rethink how gear moves
Jump
through
on
the
top
world.
of things now.
We created the perfect stage
Snipers is
for
gonna
greater
love
scale
that.
and verticality in combat.
Bringing back a little bit of Gears Judgment. Jumping
Our
off
soldiers are
things.
basically giant tanks in armor. They slam into cars, weaving through hails of bullets. And we wanted to keep that heaviness, but add more fluidity to how you move through the battlefield. Cover is life in Gears. And we've completely rebuilt our movement and cover systems, with smoother transitions and a bigger range of cover heights and shapes, including new low ground cover. And this all allows us to create more complex and organic feeling spaces than ever before. From Sprint, you can now slide, which lets you quickly get under objects, slide around corners, or transition more smoothly into cover from a run. And we added the ability to jump, which really opened up this citywide
Bro
battleground.
got jump. We
We
got
get to
the
play with
jump.
more verticality.
Hold on, yeah. Hold on, yeah. We got a jump. Yeah. Hold on.
Or
Hold
transition more
on.
smoothly into cover from a run.
They added the
We added
jump.
the ability to jump, which really opened up this citywide battleground. We get to play with more verticality, climbing walls and vehicles,
Oh,
clearing gaps
man.
and crumbling buildings to reach new flanking routes. At the heart of our gameplay is still that great Gears combat puzzle. A mix of unique enemy combinations, tactical
Oh.
weapon choices,
And look how they picked the gun up. Look how they picked the gun up. They brought it back to Gears 1.
weapon choices,
Just evolved it.
and your ability to read
Crazy.
and move through the arena. But now you have more choice than ever, and we get these peaks of almost action movie sequences.
Where you going?
You can throw yourself off a balcony, land next to your buddy and revive him, scramble through cover, slide under a truck, and hit safety on the other side. We get these amazing Gears playgrounds, small and large, where all these elements come together, and the city is filled with them.
Our missions move across the city, from linear fights in narrow streets and alleys to more open districts, where you have access to entire neighborhoods. Now you have strategic choices. Do you take the enemy head on? Do you flank them from a side entrance? Or do you climb up to the balcony across the street and take them all out with your long shot?
Dang! Oh, they
And if you're
improved the
playing co-op with your
physics.
friends, well, then
They
you
improved the physics. The headshot physics. Yeah,
It's
dude
up to
gotta
you.
flip
And if you're
and
playing
hit
co-op with
hit
your
hit
friends,
the back
well,
wall off a
then you can try
headshot.
all three at the same time.
Don't just have them stand there still.
Taking your own path reveals small stories from the city.
This is amazing,
Survivors
bro.
trapped in an apartment.
Who is that other guy?
A raven crashed in the distance. A group of gears readying an ambush. You still have your orders, but it's up to you to decide where you offer to help or how much of the city you choose to explore.
And that city is fully realized. To create a city of this scale and detail, we needed to invest in an entire suite of tools. Tools for roads, intersections, sidewalks, e-holes, buildings, rooftops, and pipes. We have a procedural content generation toolset for scattering millions of pieces of trash and debris across the ground to make Colona feel lived in.
Man, bro.
This is the largest, most complex location you've ever seen in a Gears game.
Oh, they got a new snipe.
But the board control is connected to an older antenna. I can reconfigure their radios to reach Afira.
Is that supposed to be Min Young Kim?
The remaining Gears will hold the fort.
In other Gears games, the world's basically
Oh, we got new female characters. This is what I wanted. We got to get some new blood. You got to get some new female monsters, bro.
Gears will hold the fort.
In other Gears games, the world's
Come on,
basically
man.
already dead. There are very few human survivors left. But in Eday, you're watching a live city get ripped apart in front of you.
Yeah.
People who once went to work, sporting events, and celebrated the possibility of peacetime are now stopped in their tracks. They abandon their cars and run for survival, attempting to find refuge in subways or stores. A glimpse of a child's toy or dinner left uneaten are reminders of what's been lost and the horror of what the locusts have unleashed.
You'll experience the locust decimation at all scales in Eday through our customized destruction technology. E-holes are back, unleashing waves of enemies from under your feet at any moment.
As a game design element, getting to use e-holes again as a spawn mechanic is brilliant. Locusts can come out of the ground anywhere.
Yeah, this was the
toss a grenade
greatest
in
thing
to close
about
them
Gears
up.
1 and
Just
2
adds
is
this
that
great
the emergence
tactical
holes.
layer to encounters.
But you'll also encounter
sure.
massive sinkholes that'll pull down vehicles and entire buildings. And no amount of detail is too small, as micro-destruction goes beyond what we've ever done before with chippable cover across a range of materials. Your impact is real, visceral, and leaves a mark on the world. Destroyed Beauty has long been a visual pillar of Gears of War, and we finally get to show the before, making the after hit that much harder. You'll recognize a neighborhood that was once intact is now completely destroyed. You'll walk through city streets filled with smoke and fire, and it feels completely different from how you first experienced it. You start getting this real feeling of the city's a character, and it's really under attack. It's the
Brumac.
fall of Colona.
Eday is an intentionally intimate story. There's this colossal event going on in the plot, but the actual characters and the journey they go on is where you get to explore themes of burden, of loss, and of loyalty. The whole world of Gears is about characters. It's the nightmarish monsters from below versus the soldiers that
Hold on, that chick right there is an actor, bro. This chick right here at the top right, this is an actor. Damn, oh, you can't even see my mouse on this shit. But the chick at the top right, at the far right, she's in a actor in real life. That's crazy.
Characters. It's the nightmarish monsters from below versus the soldiers that hold the line in a war for survival.
I'm just super impressed by what's going on, bro.
Okay.
Like, super impressed.
No way this is real.
I'm hard to
Pretty
get
fucking real
to
me.
to be impressed, bro.
On your feet.
This was our opportunity to focus on what makes Gears characters so special and what makes our enemies so iconic.
The Brumac.
The entire campaign is played from the perspective of our new squad, Bravo. As the invasion
Yeah,
breaks
I
out,
know
no
who
one
that
knows
is, bro.
Carter, a former Gear now sweating it out at Colona's emulsion refinery.
Now, why don't you come talk shit when your balls drop? And quit going through my stuff.
And you'll also meet rookie cadet Lucas Reyes,
What the hell?
a sharp comms officer who never made it to the front lines despite his dreams of military glory.
Oh,
Megs and Lucas, together with Marcus and Dom, are 4 soldiers thrown together, fighting through tensions with each other while fighting the Locusts, ultimately forging their bonds in battle.
We follow Bravo Squad with our cinematic cameras, just like the intense war movies we love. The shots are intentionally
insane.
gritty and a bit shaky, and leaning
Damn.
into these rough edges is what makes you feel like you're right in the middle of the action.
Bravo's story also intertwines with others called to defend the city, including returning characters like warrior philosopher Ty Caliso.
Our roads converge again.
That's really him. That's really him.
Marcus Phoenix.
It's Ty Caliso. Better than ever.
And fans of the books will finally get to see the hard-ass Raven pilot Gil Gettner in-game for the very first time.
Let's go and fuck this mess.
Marcus and Dom are absolute legends. You can spot those strong jaws and thick necks from a mile away. But if you go too realistic, you lose those unique features that make them stand out. Honestly, Marcus just isn't Marcus if you take away his classic perma-scout. So instead of chasing perfect realism, we focused on making them believable and memorable, respecting the details that really make them who they are.
Yo, y'all don't know how excited I am.
Character fidelity in Gears of War
And when this
Eday
game drops
far
is when you'll know.
surpasses anything we've been able to achieve before.
When this game drops is when you'll know how excited I am. No game has really been hitting the soul as of late. There are games that showed glimpses of my soul being hit, but this takes me back to the days where things were much simpler. Things were much more lively and much more interesting. The world was much more alive during the times of Gears 1. I can't really explain no more detail of that, but just know I'm hype. I'm super hype. I'm super hype.
Our facial animation systems have been completely upgraded for Eday, with 3 times more joints and over 350 facial shapes sculpted for each head alone to really represent the emotion in our characters. Marcus has more detail in his eyelashes than his entire character model did in the original Gears of War on Xbox 360.
Phoenix, Marcus, Sergeant, 26 RTI C Company. Next to kin, Adam Phoenix.
With the amount of layers we have, we've never had fidelity at this scale. Combined with a much more sophisticated animation rig, this allows us to have way more expressive.
They said Marcus's eyelashes got more animations than his entire character model from Gears 1. Like that just caught me just now.
Characters with a huge range, from a small smirk to yells on the battlefield.
Come and get some, you goddamn grubs!
Your experience takes on a new intensity. We're pushing the graphical limit with 4K Ultra HD resolution, native HDR10 rendering, hardware ray tracing at 60 frames per second in campaign, and up to 120 frames per second in multiplayer.
I know what some of that things I know what some of those things mean. I know what some of those things mean. Hold on, how many frames they said in multiplayer?
Per second in campaign, and up to 120 frames per second in multiplayer.
Okay, so 120 seconds, 120 frames. So that means I'm maxing this game out. I'm maxing this shit up.
We made them scarier. The drones are wild and vicious. The boomers are even bigger this time around. Like living battering rams smashing through doorways onto the battlefield. The wretches scream so loud it disorients you before they rip you apart. And the Reavers, they crawl up buildings and rain fire from above. Basically, the whole Locust army, whether new or old, are more intense than ever before.
What now,
This
Marcus?
is dropping in October. I can't believe it, bro. I can't believe it. This is
Gears of War has
literally
never been a
4
horror
months
game,
from now.
But the world has always felt horrifying. And with Eday, we lean into that even more. Our new gore system means damage feels meaty, responsive, and satisfying.
That was sick.
In response to your attacks.
That was sick, bro. YouTube, I don't care.
It's fine. That was satisfying. Muscle and cloth deforms in response to your attacks. And blood and bone damage adds to the intensity of
Oh my goodness.
Gore is localized as well. Shoot a locust in the arm or leg, and you'll see the bullet take a chunk out of it. Or land a heavy shot on a limb, and our dismemberment system will rip it clean off in glorious detail.
The NAHH is going to get you the most satisfying shots, covering you in blood, or pop heads from afar with the long shot. We've revamped our favorite weapons for Eday. And of course, we also have some fun new ones for even more brutal ways to tear your enemies apart. The new Gut Puncher grenade launcher is a COG weapon that fires armor-piercing explosive rounds. Quick fire a round to let it explode, or hold the trigger to control when it detonates. That means you can place a well-timed explosion behind an enemy protected by cover, or with practice, master its long-range eco closing potential. The Incinerator is our new shotgun. You can see the emulsion literally melt the skin off an enemy's body. Before, you'd probably get into a grapple if an enemy came charging at you. Now, you feel the power of getting to incinerate them when they get close. And of course,
that's insane, bro. Like, look what it does to your body. Like, look what it does to your body, gang.
Them when they get close. And of course, the Lancer.
Crazy. I love the new sound of it. Yeah, it's back better than ever.
The creation of the Chainsaw Lancer is another origin story from lore that we wanted to show in Eday. From the moment that Ty grabbed that chainsaw to rip through a locust at the superstore, to a prototype kit bash on the front lines of the invasion, all to deliver on that gratifying moment when you finally get to slice a grub in two.
Gears music has always been about tension, escalation, and release. When a fight kicks off, the music hits hard.
Bro, look at where they put the I actually appreciate this.
And release.
This is more casual right here. See where they put the active reload in the middle of the screen? Like, that's actually, I actually appreciate that. Because you gotta be focused on the fight in this game. Can't be looking at the top right of your screen. If to all the Gears players that really play this shit, it got to the point where you had to master not looking at the active reload bar, and you just knew how to get the active reload without looking. Shout out to all the veterans. You know what I'm talking about. There was a point where you played this game enough where you did not have to look at the active reload gauge at all. This is a fact. Only the real ones will know.
When a fight kicks off, the music hits hard. It tightens as things get more dangerous. And when you've dropped the last enemy, you hear that familiar big ringing chord. For Eday, we kept that structure, but made the sound harsher.
Oh shit, my bad.
Together with our composer.
Let me go back. Let me go back, y'all. I forgot I was even on that screen.
And release. When a fight kicks off, the music hits hard. It tightens as things get more dangerous. And when you've dropped the last enemy, you hear that familiar big ringing chord.
Oh, they changed
For
it a little
Eday,
bit.
we kept that structure, but made the sound harsher. Together with our composer, Adam Lastica, we built the score to match a world on the verge of collapse. The electric guitar returns alongside classical instruments, but both are pushed into uncomfortable territory.
man.
Like dragging a bone saw across a cello, creating dissonance that never.
God, bro. This has absolutely exceeded all my expectations, bro. I didn't even play the game yet. The game isn't played yet. My expectations have been fully blown out the water. Fully blown out the water, bro. Cliff Blazinski said that this is going to be the most ambitious Gears ever. I believed him, but I didn't believe him. Like, bro, this is crazy. Like, oh my God, bro. This is crazy. Like, this is crazy. That campaign is going to be insane.
And then there's the sound design. All chainsaws have voices. When it came to the sound for our Proto Lancer, it was important to us to track down the exact make and model that was recorded back in 2006 and rebuild it from the ground up using our new sound effects system. This chainsaw has a 14-inch blade with that signature meaty yet intimate sound, and when it revs, you can hear all the gnarly details. In terms of how you'll experience Colona, I always think about our acoustic system like this. I'm walking down a street and I hear the sound reflecting off the walls around me. Then I step into an alley and everything immediately tightens.
The footsteps, phenomenal.
I come back out into a wide space and the sound opens up again, almost like a cathedral.
This budget looks crazy for this game. This is $1 billion budget.
And it's not just those spaces, it's the transitions between them where the magic really happens. That's where things feel alive. That's acoustics in real time. It's a heavy world. And what better way to experience its dread and tension than through the music and sound that surrounds you?
No other game does the squad like Gears does. Our themes, our gameplay, and our modes, they all revolve around this core element. But it's not just about the brotherhood that you experience in the stories. It's also about the bonds you create with your friends. Co-op has always been a part of our DNA. And like every great Gears game, you can bring your own squad to this fight. In campaign, all 4 characters are playable from the start. And we support 4-player online co-op and 2-player split screen on console. In Versus, our sweaty squad-based PvP is back, with a collection of 4v4 modes and all new maps set in locations in and around the war-torn city of Colona. We've combined classic Gears symmetrical PvP map design with new traversal opportunities. You'll put your skill to the test alongside a seasonal roadmap of killer content, almost all of which you can just earn by playing the game.
Dope. Yo, bro, this is what we doing? Yo, hold on. I need y'all to see what just happened.
Almost all of which you can just earn.
Bro. Yeah. Yo, listen. Shout out to GTA 6. I'm not playing GTA 6. All my shooting game time will be invested onto Gears, and that's it.
By playing the game, completing in-game challenges, events, and achievements. And today, we're excited to announce a dynamic new evolution of Gears' iconic PvE mode, Horde Siege. It's a 12-player mode where all
12 players
fight alongside each other to battle the Locust Invasion and defend Colona across a range of city-based maps. We'll have more to share soon, and we hope you join us for our open beta weekends later this summer.
We good? Sergeant
I'm playing in every open beta.
We're back to it.
Yeah.
We can't outrun the past. But as long as we're still breathing, we're the ones that keep fighting.
20 years of Gears is such a milestone. It is such an honor and also a huge responsibility to make sure we deliver on the story of Gears.
It always comes back to the squad. It always comes back to this theme of getting through the absolute shittiest of times with somebody else who constantly has your back. And that's Marcus and Dom's story. The story of the original trilogy. The story of Eday. And the story I think we can all relate to.
Thanks for pushing through. Couldn't have done it alone.
You got it, man.
Having the opportunity to have Eday come out in the same year as the 20th anniversary of Gears, the quarter-century anniversary of Xbox, it's almost like a homecoming. It's like returning back to our roots and saying, fuck yeah, we're back. And we have so many more stories to tell. It's an incredible honor and one that we want to make sure that we do right.
Yo, I'm speechless, bro. I can't say much.
Ty.
Ty looks different, but I could tell it's Ty, but he looks different.
What a nightmare.
Untouched by nearly 80 years of war. Destroyed in 2 nights.
For us, the heart of Gears has always been about the bonds you make in the darkest of times. Inside the studio, we rally around a simple phrase: never fight alone. It guides how we build our stories, our gameplay, and our world. It's how we work as a team and the commitment we make to you, our fans. Everything comes back to that important idea of sharing life's experiences, the highs and lows, together. And Eday is the best expression of never fight alone that we've ever made. Whether you'll be picking up a Lancer for the first time ever, or you're as battle-hardened as Marcus Phoenix, there's always a place for you in the Gears squad when Emergence begins on October 6th.
Yeah. It will be on Steam, by the way, and Xbox, but it's not going to appear in no other systems. Yeah. Alright, man. This right here. This is emotional for me, man. This is a great moment. I want to shout out to every single Xbox owner, every single owner of the 360 that has experienced Gears 1. I want to shout out to every single person that skipped school to play Gears 1. I want to shout out to every person that loved the rooftop map and hated that it never appeared again in any other Gears, but you still respected that map. You still held that map into a high regard. This is for all the people that still, every time a gridlock popped up on the map select to vote, you voted for it. I want to shout out to everybody that loved Jacinto but never seen Jacinto again after Gears 3. I think this game, it's time for us to be back. It's time for the shooting game genre to finally get the respect that it's supposed to get. And only Gears, this franchise, is the one that could bring that title back home. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We eating good. I'm out of here.